Let's talk about the rappers for a minute. Can we talk about the rappers for a moment? Let's talk about Tupac Shakur for a moment. Tupac Shakur is a child of the 60s. Tupac Shakur, born out of the spirit of the revolution of the 60s. Tupac Shakur, fire in his bones, boldness and rebellion in his blood. Born from his beautiful, bold Black Panther mama, Afeni, sitting in the jail cell, a revolutionary woman carrying the fruit of life, marking the child in her womb, marking the child with rebellion, marking the child with insurrection, marking the child with a spirit to not go along with what's been going on.
Me, young G, with a gift to give.
So you know when you attack somebody, they attack you back.
That's why I don't attack.
You attack
think I'm going to smack these niggas? I ain't smacking.
I think by you saying that
you claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. I'm free. I don't give a fuck if nobody understands, but I'm a soldier.
But it's affecting other people, though, is the problem.
Other people need to just know that life's a bitch.
Only Gab can do it like this. Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building. And this is MAKAVELI Media. So in my last video, right, we was trying to figure out why Angie Martinez wouldn't want to put out that Tupac interview from 1996 that the whole world was waiting for when she first recorded it. And guess what? Why are we still waiting? But one of the things I did was I made a few phone calls over the weekend. And me and some very intelligent people that was very close to this situation let me know that Angie Martinez's initial reason for not wanting to put out the interview was genuine. She really was concerned that it was going to be a major problem if her interview aired the way she recorded it. And one of the reasons was the way Tupac went into detail about what he did with Faith Evans. Now, it's no secret, everybody know by now that Faith Evans at the time was the wife of Christopher Wallace, aka the notorious B.I.G., or should we say Biggie Smalls. We all know that was his wife, and we all know what Tupac said he did with his wife. But in this interview, allegedly, Tupac may have went into great detail about the relations between the two, if you know what I mean. It's crazy because if you hear in this clip here, when Angie was talking about Tupac, when she was talking to Tupac, she was talking about in terms of retaliation. And Tupac, you know, she came out and said, because you came out and said, and Tupac cut her off.
So you know when you attack somebody, they attack you back.
That's why I don't attack.
You attack
think I'm going to smack these niggas? I ain't smacking.
I think by you saying that
you claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. I'm free. I don't give a fuck if nobody understands, but I'm a soldier.
But it's affecting other people, though, is the problem.
Other people need to just know that life's a bitch.
Now, she was alluding to the fact that he said he bust Faith. And like I said in this interview, allegedly, he went into great detail about it. And she thought that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I mean, at this time, Pac was mad, you know, and there was truth to it. And Tupac said it himself that he wanted to publicly humiliate Biggie Smalls. And he did that. And I think at the time that Hot 97 was the hottest, the biggest, the most freshest radio station in the world at the time. That's why the interview was so vital. And if Tupac had went into detail of any sorts that could be confirmation to what he said and hit him up about him and Faith having relations, then, you know, the whole world would have wanted to hear that, and that definitely would have caused the chain reaction. You know, and Angie apparently didn't want to be part of that. And let's not forget about the pressure on her side, being from New York City, having these relationships with Bad Boy and P. Diddy and Jay-Z and Def Jam and everybody else, having these East Coast ties. They give Tupac a platform to publicly humiliate the Notorious B.I.G. was just something that she was scared to be a part of. In all honesty, I don't know why she took the interview in the first place if she was scared, because she should have known that Tupac was going to tell her how it was and Pac was going to speak from his gut, and Pac wasn't scared to tell you exactly what was going on. She should have known Pac wasn't cutting no cards, no cut cards. He wasn't going to, you know, sugarcoat anything, and in his mind, it was an all-out war. And she put herself in the middle of it by taking the interview. And you got to understand there was some truth to it, because Biggie tried to laugh it off and be passive-aggressive about it, but this ultimately broke up his marriage. So you know it was some truth to it. You know, they depicted how he handled the situation in the B.I.G. movie, right? The Notorious Big movie. But, you know, it was a big thing. And, you know, Faith even talked about how upset Biggie was when he heard Tupac say that. The man was humiliated. He was embarrassed. You know, here's his enemy, one-time friend, talking about he slept with his wife and told the whole world about it. I mean, and if he goes on, like I said, Hot 97 with Angie Martinez and say that again, but this time goes into great length about it, then yeah, I can see why she was scared to be sitting in the middle of that. You know, they would have been looking at her, they were looking at her with daggers in their eyes in the first place for giving Pac, like I said, an opportunity, you know, to get on the airwaves and, you know, do what he do. So that was a power move for Tupac to take that interview with Angie Martinez, because, like I said, Hot 97 is the heart of New York radio at one time. And that was Biggie's backyard. So that would have been really, really disrespectful and a power move on the part of Pac. But once again, Angie Martinez should have thought about that before she took the interview, because Angie was scared, and to this day, she's still scared. She don't want to talk about that, and the powers that be don't want her to drop this interview. That's just one of the reasons why that interview will never see the light of day. Oh yeah, it's more. It's more, but I thought that was the most spicy out of the things I heard. And none of this stuff is confirmed, but it's pretty reliable, I tell you that much. Needless to say, like I said in the last video, I don't believe that this interview will ever come out for several reasons, and especially hearing that Faith Evans may be one of them. Anyway, I need you guys to share and like this video. Don't forget to sub to the channel. This is Makaveli Media. I'm your homie Gab. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.